Yeah, Garrett. Well, congratulations on being back. Last season, that kind of off ice team bonding was really difficult, if not impossible, to do. It's kind of back this year. What do you think it's going to do, especially for some of the younger prospects who are still trying to find their way in the league?
Yeah, you know what I think for us, that's probably the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to. As a guy that's been around, especially this league, with our travel schedule and being on the bus and last year really not being able to really even spend nights in hotels. A lot of it was, to the rink and home. So I think that's probably the biggest thing for me as an older guy that maybe you have that couple games where you're on a skid, and maybe that's 5-10 games that you're struggling, and there's maybe you mix some wins in there, whatever that is. And I know for us last year, it's start the season. It was a slow start for us, and that's a great spot as an older guy to get everybody together and to go do something. Make sure everybody isn't so tight. So I think that's probably the one thing that I'm looking forward to the most, is being able to go out for dinners on the road and, have guys over, over for a night or stuff like that. So that's probably one thing that, talking to guys that I'm most excited for.
And then just a follow up to that, how close to normal does it feel this season, compared to last year? And then, when you think, 2 or 3 years ago when it really was actually normal?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they've done a great job, started in Chicago with us and, creating some spaces for us to kind of go. And, I know for us last year, I think we had 17 rookies, first year players at one time. And, those are guys that, I didn't know very well. And here I am trying to, to help them through their first year as a pro. And, I didn't even know what their faces looked like. So, that's it. It was obviously a weird year and a half or whatever it was, 19 months. And, it's nice to be able to see guys' faces again and walk around the dressing room and not, not have to look through a mask. So that's one thing that we're looking forward to, obviously, being able to go on the road and like I said, go for dinners and, just get to know people on a more personal level, especially for me as an older guy, and helping those younger guys through different situations. So, I think that, like I said, they've done a great job putting some spaces for us that we can, feel as normal as we can. And like I said, they've done a great job of that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Greg Boyson, your line is active.
Hey, Garrett, you just mentioned all the first-year pros you guys had on the roster last year, and a lot of those guys are back this year. You guys have a lot of familiar faces to start the season. How important is that early on, that you kind of have a feel from how a lot of the opening weekend rosters, plays together? Is that important to get off to a good start?
Yeah, I think of course it's for a team, it's always important to get off to a hot start, and you want to be able to get things moving right away and in the right direction. And that's not to say that there's been plenty of teams throughout the years that have gotten off to a slow start and finished strong. And you're only as good as your last one. So at the same time, it's you can't dwell on that too much. But like you said, we're going to have a ton of rookies, ton of young guys again. Obviously we've got some help from Chicago sending a few guys down. And, those guys are great leadership role that we've been put into place. So we're excited for those guys to come down. Obviously Conley is a huge addition for us, Nylander, depending on what the goaltending situation works out with. And, those are all guys that we're excited to get back.
Thank you.
J-Tap, your line is active.
Hey, Garrett, just what do you, I guess, kind of bottom line, what do you want to accomplish this year? And if you could take that kind of two parts, what do you want to accomplish this year individually? And what is the important aspects that the team wants to take care of this year?
Yeah, I think for myself, it's, having our younger guys. I've gone through Calder Cup runs in Hershey, and we've had success, and Actually Ryan Stanton and I had a lot of success together in Hershey. And, those are the teams that you remember. Those are the players that you remember. Those are the guys that you're excited to see again, or the guys that you kind of, go through that, championship run with. And so for us, that was the biggest thing, is just, putting a team in place to make those runs. And, that only helps those younger guys out down the road. Whether you're a second year pro or a fifth year pro, it only helps you when you get put into those situations of, having success. And, obviously a lot of success is personal, but at the same time, if the team has success, it puts you in a pretty good situation as an individual. So, for myself, it's helping those younger guys get through it. And like, I know I had great leadership teams and guys around me in leadership roles when I was a younger kid. And those guys really helped kind of, mold me to the leader and pro that I am now. And so if I can do that for those younger guys, that's, my biggest thing. And obviously put myself in a position to continue playing. And, this is something that I'm going into my 11th year pro. It's, it's exciting. I'm still excited to, game one is always an exciting, nerve-wracking thing to do. And I'm excited for that.
How does it help to be on to come off a good team, or like you're saying, make a playoff run? How does that help a developing player? And when you look back at what made you better, or what, helped you get along or get up there, how is it that does help? Yeah,
well, I think when you win, you have success. And if you breed, for lack of a better word, if you breed a loser, you're going to be a loser. You get used to that and comfortable. And, but at the same time, you breed a winner, and you put that into the culture that, it's not okay to take a night off. And it's, the goal at the start of the year is to win, so for us, that's our goal. We come into this season, if we come in and we're willing to go, just to make the playoffs, then by the time playoffs comes around, that's done. So every year you come in and your goal and your plan is to win. And, I think that's something that was instilled in us, when we were in Hershey. It wasn't okay to make the playoffs. I think one year we had a 34% power play. We were getting booed on it. So it's not okay just to win. You come in and, or just to get there, I should say, the goal is to win. And, that's, I think, part of that is just bringing younger guys through those situations. It just helps them.
Thanks.
Yep.
Scott Lever, your line is active.
Yeah, Garrett, when it comes to mentoring the younger guys, are you kind of the aggressor in that situation where you will just approach a young guy who you spot something that maybe needs to be pointed out, or you wait for them to come to you? How does that synergy work there?
Yeah, I think it depends on the situation. I think there's situations where, you can definitely sense it. I've seen situations and been through situations myself where, you need help. But at the same time, there's also spots where, maybe for me, I can look at something and, just help guys along. I've said it before, there's so many little things that you go from college, you go from junior, whether you're having to rent a house, whether you're apartment, or whether you're trying to set up phone bills or utility bills and all that kind of stuff. There's a ton of different things that as a college or junior player, you don't have to deal with. That, and obviously that's all off ice. The on ice stuff, it's, a lot of that, I think for me, at least, I've always kind of been that leader, even to my peers, guys the same age as me. And, I was thrown into that role as a pretty young player in Hershey. But I had great leaders and mentors to kind of help me go through that.
And then you did mention briefly Ryan Stanton. If you could expand on that a little bit, how excited you are to be reunited with him again on the same team, and I guess the chemistry you two guys have in terms of your personalities.
Yeah, it stands, obviously when you have success, those are, like I said, those are the teams you remember. So for me, it was, we made a Calder Cup run, we lost in the finals to Cleveland, but Stance was a huge part of that. And it's a fun thing. I know when Mark Bernard gave me a call this summer and told me that, we'd signed Stance, I gave her a quick fist pump. And it's always nice to have an older guy and a guy that, have a good relationship with on your team. So I was really excited.
Last question, because of the BMO renovations at the arena, you guys starting off on the road. you're a veteran, so you've been through it all, so it's probably no big deal to you, but maybe, I don't know, it is for the younger guys, but how do you just view starting off the season on the road, and maybe positives or negatives?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for us. I think it's a great opportunity to spend some time on the bus, on the plane, eating some meals out. So yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for us to get out, get to know each other. Obviously the last year and a half has been pretty tough. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to get out, get on the road. You come back and you've got some wins under your belt. It feels a whole lot better to be home. So I know the Beam was a great place to play, but it's at the same time, it's nice when you got a whole bunch of young guys on a team and to kind of get them out and on the road and, get to know everybody a little bit.